Now, I know we hear a lot about my opinions and what I think's interesting, but let's be a bit of a narcissist and focus on me for a little bit. Now, I'm 15 years old. Now, that's very important in context here, so keep that in mind. I turned 15 last December, so I've been 15 for about 6 months now. In 6 months, I'll be 16. You know the drill. I'm a freshman in high school. I'm in 9th grade. I'm doing algebra, geometry, and statistics and math. You know, you get the basic gist. High school student, freshman, 9th grader. Yeah, just balancing all this stuff. I have a YouTube channel, cool, whatnot. Now let's take a plane ride all the way over to Rajasthan to see what 15-year-olds are doing there. No, actually scratch that. Let's see what 14-year-olds are doing there. Because it turns out that there was a 14-year-old in the Tata IPL action, because he's filled of action, who was bought at the Tata IPL auction by, wow. Do you see that? I'm stumbling over my words. That's how awestruck I am. Here we go again. Let's try this again before I don't get at a loss of words because of how fantastic this kid is. There was a 14-year-old who was in the Tata IPL mega auction and he was bought by Rajasthan Royals. Now, at first, like most people, I thought, okay, they just saw potential in him. They're going to take him, keep him for a couple of years. Maybe when he's 16, 17, he'll stop playing. No. This 14-year-old made his debut for Rajasthan Royals, I believe, sometime last week, right? So this is his second match. 35-ball century. Sorry. A 14-year-old just scored the second fastest century in IPL. The youngest player to ever debut in IPL, the youngest player to ever be bought in an IPL, just scored the second fastest century. And you know who's above him? The universal boss, Chris Gayle, who scored a century in 30 balls. 5 balls. 5 balls difference. And Gayle was like 20, 30 something. This kid is half his age. Probably even more than that. The fact that a 14-year-old has accomplished this just completely is like, what a prodigy. I mean, all I can think here is Magnus Carlsen. You know, everyone knows Carlsen, the Grand Chess Master, who became a chess master at 13, right? And he was just such this prodigy. I mean, Suryavanshi's not far off. Like, maybe he's not a grandmaster in the statistical chess game, but in the statistical chess game, that is cricket. In the statistical mind game, physical game, that is cricket, he just deemed his name, you know, got his name stamped in the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Grandmasters, 35-ball century. I mean, Vaibhav Suryavanshi was on fire. Quite literally, those balls were headed for the sky, sailing out of the stadium. And the fact that a 14-year-old did this, I mean, I think just like everyone else, I can't fully wrap my head around this, right? I mean, what is it that makes Vaibhav like, oh, at 14? Now think what you were doing at 14. I mean, here's a living proof of that. I'm 15. I haven't even been 15 for a full year. Well, if I'd been 15 for a full year, I'd be 16. But yeah, I'm 15. Last year I was 14. When I started this channel, I was 14. What was I doing? I was just in 8th grade. In middle school, okay? An 8th grader just went to IPL and scored a century. Not only a century off of 50, 60, 70, 80, 35 balls. The second fastest IPL century ever. I mean, it's the sheer amount of talent it takes. And also the self-belief, right? You're 14 years old, you're in 8th grade, you're walking out on that field and you're facing all these world champion bowlers, you know? I mean, they've played for their countries, they're renowned players, they're double your age. And the fact that he said, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing, and completely demolish them. I mean, Gujarat had no clue what was going on, and that was like just like a piece of cake, you know, just another day for Rajasthan. Just check one fixture off the list. Here we go, keep moving on. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this match. But also think about the mindset, right? Vaibhav is 14. Any 14-year-old doesn't exactly think the most clearly. Ask my parents, they'll tell you all the things. Oh yeah, our daughter, she doesn't think clearly at all. But with my opinions, I think very clearly. Thank you very much. Anyways, with a 14-year-old or any teenager from 13 to what, like 18, 17, any adolescent, I mean, this is the rebellious phase, you know? You're kind of doing your own thing. You're figuring yourself out. For some people, that means chopping bangs or cutting and dyeing their hair. Others, it means starting a cricketing YouTube channel. For some people, it means going into the IPL and scoring a century. You know, you do your own thing. I mean, but back to the mindset. What Vaibhav Suryavanshi had was confidence, pure confidence in himself. And ultimately, that's what led him to being where he is now. You know, it's very easy to get in your head, oh my God, I'm 14. I'm playing against people who are double, maybe triple my age. How am I going to do this? And on IPL too, you know, most people, I would say more people tune in for IPL than they do for India's actual cricket matches or series, you know. Don't even get me started on test matches. Like, that's just a foreign region for most common cricket watching fans. But IPL is like where it's all at. That's prime audience. Even if you don't follow cricket, you watch IPL. So the stage is set. You know, you're standing behind the curtains, you're nervous, you're like, okay, how am I going to do this? But not Vaibhav. He walked out and he said, okay, I'm going to do this. And there were a couple of incidents. He hit it high, Butler dropped the catch, you know? And so that can install some nerves, like, okay, oh my God, I almost got out. How am I going to do this? But he didn't play with that intent. You know, a lot of the time at that age, you can go two ways. You can either be very nervous and just have this whole meltdown, or at that age, you can be like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to go out there and play my game. I'm just going to go out there and score. And that's the mentality he carried. That's the mentality this 14-year-old carried and ultimately led to his success. I mean, his whole team was proud. Just at 26 or 28 balls, he was at 64. And then in the next 10 balls, he scored a century. Not only that, once he got to 90s, you know, they're called nervous 90s for the reason. You'd think he'd be nervous or scared, being like, okay, I'll just play a single, play a double. I mean, all our old classical batsmen, Tendulkar, Dravid, they were all very cautious when they got to the nervous 90s. Now, obviously, the face of the game has changed significantly, and for the better. I mean, 2 back-to-back ICC trophies, I'm not complaining. But Vaibhav Suryavanshi, it's just like fear doesn't exist in his mind. No, I would call this a goalie mentality. Oh my gosh. It literally is a goalie mentality though, because the way that Vaibhav plays with such class and confidence, honestly, also watching his batting was so enjoying. Like, that was pure strength. Power shot after power shot after power shot. There was variation. He's not a classical batsman. Now, don't get me wrong, I love watching classical batting. Gill, I wouldn't really say that Jaiswal's classical, but like Dravid, all this classical batting, Tendulkar, these clean strokes, these nice lines, goalie, it's so nice to see. But sometimes there's something fun in, you know, a little variation. I mean, there's a reason why everyone starts chanting, Surya, 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 when Suryakumar Yadav comes out to bat for Mumbai. Whoa. Speaking of Mumbai, it wouldn't be a Miss Unofficial Opinion video without a little Mumbai feature. Remember 2 weeks ago when I said that Mumbai were making a comeback? I must be a psychic, I must be a clairvoyant, because now they're second on the points table. I told you, we had the right squad, and Mumbai Indians just needs to click. And again, psychological, right? Someone should study this. There's a lot of psychology that goes behind cricket. But just look at Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma was never in dropped form. He was playing to his peak. He just needed to convince his mind that he still got it. And the second he did, bam! 2 back-to-back half-centuries. Same thing with Vaibhav Suryavanshi. I mean, he came out with a blaze. I think first match he played at a strike rate of 200, 32 ball, 15, right? And the next match he said, okay, I'm going to do this again, only better. 200 strike rate, too boring. How about we try 250? And 30 is not good enough for me. How about we triple that and add 10? Yeah, 101 sounds nice. Honestly, I don't even know when to start, but I'm just really happy that Vaibhav Suryavanshi, I don't know, he's discovered, and he's going to have a long career ahead of him, considering that he started playing IPL at 14. Do we see a Tendulkar in the making? Oh, can't jinx it. We all know what happened with Prithvi Shaw, and, you know, sometimes this stuff can get to your head. So here's to hoping that our 14-year-old prodigy still blossoms and turns into this beautiful player and has this beautiful long career. I'm happy to say that Miss Unofficial Opinion has been backing Vaibhav Suryavanshi from day one. Well, since his century, but in 10, 20 years, you can go back, scroll on this channel and see Miss Unofficial Opinion posted a video about Vaibhav Suryavanshi when he scored his first century. And I think that's one of many to come. So to Vaibhav, I can't wait to see what more you're gonna do. And honestly, just keep it up. And what I'm more amazed about, more than the actual strength and the, masterclass of his playing, was the mental state. You know, it's not easy in order to play the best, you have to convince yourself that you're the best. And going up against all these bowlers, like he's not just going up against, it's not under 19, they're not his age. These are people so much older than him and so much more experienced. And not letting that psych you out and standing your ground and playing the way he did, that kind of mental strength can take you places and places to go far beyond. I mean, we've seen it with Kohli, we've seen it with Gambhir, we've seen it with Dravid. A powerful mind can get you anywhere you want. And that's my little life lesson of the day. But to Vaibhav, I can't wait to see what more this brings upon you. I can't wait to see what your career expands. And I'm happy to say that I've been backing you since day one. So I'll look back in 10 years and say, that was a good video I made about Vaibhav Suryavanshi.